And we are live, everybody. Well, welcome. Everybody say hello. Wave to the people.
Hey people.
Everybody say hello. Wait, that's my fault. Sorry.
Hey people.
Wait, that's my fault. Sorry.
Okay.
I have multiple computers running right now, and I was testing.
Really?
I was testing the viewer side of things. So
Well, the good news is it's recording.
there you go. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to introduce my guest in just a few moments. We're actually waiting on one more, so I want to introduce everybody together. But let me go ahead and share my screen so you guys can get going. And you guys are ready for a bloodbath, I assume.
I'm not gonna have a bloodbath.
No, I'm actually.
Oh, I do need to brush my hair, I think. I'll be right back.
What?
Look at me. I could go brush my hair a little.
All right, can you guys see my screen?
I can see your screen.
Damn it, car alarm. Damn you. One sec.
Setting up his own car alarm?
Yeah, it's a neighbor's car alarm. It's like annoying. All right, guys. Do you guys see my
So
screen?
I got my plan to take notes because
You
after
better-
all these years of doing it our way, I want to learn all the things I'm doing wrong so I can be successful.
Yes, at least your seven-figure business in MLM is not enough.
No, because I want to be push-button marketing like you guys.
All right, and we're actually going to talk about that because you've had some success recently. So let's get going. Old school versus new school. We got some awesome people here, all seven-figure earners in their particular types of businesses. And by type of business, you'll see what I mean in a second. But really, the debate goes on and on. People keep arguing, fighting over it. Eric, I know stuff has broken out at some of your events with regards to people getting upset about what is actually better. And what this is all about is about essentially one side, the internet marketers saying that old school MLM recruiting tactics are outdated, they no longer work, they fail and fails to recognize actual technical trends that are happening. And the network marketers on the other side say that internet marketing is not duplicatable, unproven, and it's a big distraction. So fundamentally, that is the conversation, at least that's going back and forth. It's not even really a conversation. It's like Democrats and Republicans shouting at each other and no one really getting a point across. But unfortunately, that's the case. And what this is intended to do is really settle the score once and for all, settle the debate. Now, before I move on beyond the controversy, beyond all that, I want to state who this webinar is not for. And there's a particular audience that we're appealing to here. And so if you are anyone that's wishing to only make a few $100 per month, this is not for you. There's going to be a very high-level business conversation. We're going to talk about strategy. We're going to talk about business models. So if you're looking to make a few $100, you're not really looking to get into business. You're just looking to make some money. So all this will probably not interest you, quite honestly. Anyone who is not a serious entrepreneur, if you're not looking to build a multiple six, if not seven-figure business in the network marketing or direct sales space, then it's not for you. You're not serious, and that's okay. Not to knock anybody, but again, high-level conversation. And anyone who's not willing to sacrifice for a better future, the things we'll be talking about tonight require work. They require sacrifice. They require you giving up things in your life in order to have that super bright future that all of us enjoy that are on the line right now, in terms of Eric, Lisa, myself, Ray, and pretty soon our mystery guest.
She's here. You need to let her on.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll introduce our mystery guest right now. It's also not for anyone who makes excuses for not having the life they want. If you're a person that is in a rut and constantly giving your excuses or reasons as to why you're not where you want to be, then either get out of that rut and join us on this wonderful green pasture side of things, or go back to your life and continue making those excuses and make yourself feel better for not living the life you truly want. And my point in saying all this is that this webinar, this hangout, is for leaders only. And by leaders, I mean network marketing leaders and top producers, people that are making a lot of money in the MLM space. This is for you. This message was specifically tailored for you. Direct selling leaders, people in the direct selling space, and top producers, this message was also tailored for you, is intended for your consumption and for your essentially food for thought. Internet marketing leaders, people who are top producers in the internet marketing space that are doing 6 or 7 figures, this is absolutely for you, if for no other reason, so you can understand a little more about why you're not very good at MLM. And network marketing and direct sales company owners or executives. This is huge for me because obviously a lot of the issues that we're having with these two debates going on is a problem that starts with the source, meaning from the company on down. And some companies will choose different philosophies, and that'll play into the strategy that the particular representative, whether in direct selling or network marketing, that plays into their strategy for business building, which we'll talk about tonight. And last but certainly not least, because we all found ourselves in this state, is anyone who strongly desires to be any of the above. So you may not have a list at all. You may be brand new, but you strongly desire to be a top producer in any of these categories, then stick around. And there's a lot of knowledge to be gained, a lot of wisdom to be gained, especially with the people I have on the line here. Now, what to expect is we'll be hanging for about 60 to 90 minutes. Give or take, we'll do our best to stay under time. We recognize the sacrifice you guys made to be here. And just by being here, guaranteed your IQ will go up by 20 points. Again, serious discussion. We're not going to talk down to you. This is not a marketing webinar where we use a lot of fancy sales pitches and language. We're gonna be straight up and have an intelligent conversation. So have a pen, notepad ready, because you'll want to take notes and take notes ferociously. Eliminate all distractions. Duct tape your kids to the wall. Close instant messenger. Obviously, leave some food for your kids if they're duct taped to the wall. But really, I say that jokingly, but eliminate the distractions. Don't be looking at other things, reading your email or anything. Focus on what we're talking about, and I guarantee it'll be worth your time. Now, introducing tonight's combatants. We played this up as an online versus offline, and I want to introduce two amazing people in the offline world, quote-unquote offline, starting with the awesome corner, Lisa Grossman and Eric Worre, both 7-figure earners in the network marketing space. Say hi, everybody. Say hi to everybody, guys.
Hey. I look better in that picture than I do now.
Well, you want to go comb your hair, right?
No, I didn't, because you told me not to. Can I go comb my hair, actually?
No hair combing.
No, don't worry about it. And obviously, as you can see, Eric and Lisa are very good friends. And I actually, Lisa, when did we first meet? Did I meet you at Eric's event or at David Wood's event?
Well, I met you at David Wood's event.
That's right.
But you probably met me at Eric's.
Got it. Okay.
For the record, Lisa, I think your hair looks fine.
Thank you. You're a gentleman. Your mother raised you well.
Well, a few quick points about these two amazing individuals. So Eric Worre, for many needs no introduction, but in case you don't know, Eric, after dropping out of college, Eric sold peanuts at the Metrodome, rented boats, bus tables, washed dishes, etc. Basically, didn't start in a glamorous way, wasn't born into wealth. But Eric eventually was introduced to the network marketing industry and had quick success in his first few months in the industry, made quite a bit of money, but then it all kind of just imploded. And I guess people didn't duplicate. You can tell me, Eric, what it was that exactly happened. But long story short, Eric has gone on to become a $1 million earner in this industry, has earned over, I think, $15 million and counting in the network marketing industry, has built organizations of over 115,000 people in 45 countries, truly a rock star, and now has devoted himself full-time to training other network marketers on doing exactly what he accomplished. So welcome, Eric. Did I butcher that intro, or was it pretty accurate?
You did well. You did well.
Okay, awesome, man. Thank you. So Lisa's another amazing individual. Lisa, you're still there, right? Lisa? All right, well, I'll introduce Lisa now.
I just muted so there would be no background noise.
No problem. Well, Lisa is also a multi-million-dollar earner in this industry, has built massive organizations, international organizations. What's most amazing about Lisa, and I met Lisa at an event a few months ago, instantly, we connected, and ever since then, we just have some amazing conversations. She's a brilliant woman. I haven't met anyone in the space that knows more about network marketing and what it takes to be successful in this type of business model than Lisa. She basically at no excuses. If moving on to the event, she'll be telling people about stories and how to turn an ugly past into $1 million asset. And Lisa has an incredible story of not necessarily rags to riches, but coming out of some pretty dark times in her past to now obviously leading hundreds of thousands of people across the world. So Lisa, so proud to have you here. Two legends. I'm very honored. Thanks, guys.
I'll go anywhere they call me a legend. Thank you.
No, you are.
That's Eric. Taught me everything I know.
Now moving on to the super sexy corner.
What?
We're the awesome corner. They're the super sexy.
You're the awesome corner, but we're the super sexy corner.
Okay.
I want to bring out Michelle Pesco-Solido. Michelle, are you with us? Michelle.
She must not be very sexy.
I thought you guys said she was here.
Yeah, she's doing a very sexy. This is a very sexy entrance.
Oh, she is not here. Okay, all right. Well, we'll wait for Michelle.
No, she was here.
She just dropped out, so no problem. No worries. We'll get back to Michelle as soon as she joins us. All right. Well, Michelle has a very powerful story because essentially she started like just like us actually. Somebody who early in her career chose to be a leader. Michelle showed up to No Excuses 2, essentially dependent on alimony from her ex-husband, a single mom essentially. Just getting rolling in this industry. And out of that weekend, she made a decision to go big. And that's why earlier on in this webinar, I said, this webinar is for you if you desire to be any of the above. A top leader in network marketing, direct sales, or internet marketing. And Michelle made that decision 2 years ago at No Excuses 2. And so we're very proud because now she's produced multiple six figures in this industry and has a very, very unique business model that we'll actually be talking about. And what she's representative of is that there's more than one ways to skin a cat, more than one ways to become a multiple six-figure or seven-figure earner in our online space. So when Michelle joins us, obviously
she's messaging me that she's here.
Can she hear me?
She says she's here. She says she's here.
Let me see if she's online or something. I think I know her. There she is. I see her. All right, she's coming on. I got her. There she is.
Hey.
Hey, sorry.
Your hair looks good. Why can't I go brush my hair?
So Michelle, you can see my screen? You can hear us? Guess not.
Michelle, you need to unmute. When there's more than 3 people, you're automatically muted when you come on. So look.
All right.
There you go.
Look at Lisa, knows all the tricks.
Michelle, say hello, everybody.
I'm kind of frozen, though. Can you see me okay?
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
You're gorgeous, unfortunately.
I've been out to dinner. I mean, this is a rare occasion for me. Normally, I'm in the PJs and the T-shirt.
Well, Michelle, I was just telling people a little bit about your story out of No Excuses 2. Were you able to hear it? Did you want to add anything?
I actually was, I think, finally you let me in, and so I missed part of it. But all I know is No Excuses was amazing because that was probably my launch pad. And also, my husband finally was convinced that this industry wasn't a gimmick. No Excuses too.
Oh, you mean there wasn't a scam?
Right. And all you guys were not snake oil salesmen. He finally was convinced.
Well, I've never sold a bottle of snake oil in my life, so I don't know what he's talking
Okay, good.
about. But anyway, so Michelle, we're going to bring you out, and the reason I invited you here as our mystery guest was because you have a contrasting business model to what Eric and Lisa have, or even us for that matter. And so we want to explore that a little bit and really talk about, what is really the right way to do network marketing, direct sales. And speaking of which, I'm going to share our quick Amway story. Both Ray and I were disgruntled and unhappy engineers. We come from immigrant families. We both went to amazing colleges. I went to MIT to study engineering. Raymond went to Harvey Mudd College, both top engineering schools in the world. And out of that, we were sold the dream. We were sold the opportunity to write our own check, so to speak. Well, it didn't turn out that way, and we got stuck in jobs. We were space engineers. We worked on top secret space stuff for the government. But as glamorous and as cool and as interesting as that may sound, we really were unhappy. And for 5 years, we searched for a way out. And I met Ray in grad school at USC, and he invited me to go see the plan. He actually conned me to go see the plan. I didn't even know what I was going to see. He messaged me, and I thought I was going to see a business plan for a new internet startup that he wanted to start. So that's how naive I was. Were you saying, Ray?
I said it was through instant messaging, AOL back in the days.
Yep. So he conned me into going to see the plan, and I got to see the circles being drawn and in the shape of a pyramid. And I actually asked, "Is this a pyramid?" I really didn't. At that point, I really didn't want to be in that room. But the interesting thing was that even though I was kind of repulsed by the idea of selling and being involved in this industry at the time, I was so unhappy as an engineer that I really had no other options. No one had ever offered me an alternative, so I went for it essentially. So I joined, and both Ray and I had a surge of short-term success in Amway, believe it or not. As old as the company is, we recruited a lot of people, brought a lot of people in pretty quickly, but that success didn't really last. One of the problems is we hated the hype of the particular organization that we were in, but more importantly, and this will come in later in this webinar, we lacked training as far as skills training. They didn't provide us any real training, any methodical process for building. They just told us to go bring more people to meetings, show them the plan, just generic stuff that really, to me, especially as an engineer, and I bet to Ray too, didn't seem like we were learning anything new, at least nothing that would help us and anything, much less building an Amway business. And of course, even though we had our essentially background as engineers as credibility and we were well spoken, well educated, that helped us in the short term, but our teams couldn't duplicate what we did. And so pretty much they all quit, and life sucked from that point on. And it was a really frustrating thing, and I know we can be on this webinar for the entire hour talking about that frustration, but I don't need to tell you guys on the line. If you're a network marketer, you lived it. You've been through that experience. That's kind of part of the journey. And so if you're curious at all, you can read the full version of the story at noexcusessummit.com. But there's a transition. When it's kind of funny, when we ran into this frustration and when everybody had quit, the internet came on, and our internet story started at that point. I was online one day, and in 2006 found a book called Magnetic Sponsoring, and that changed everything for us in terms of how we thought about business, how we thought about marketing, how we thought about promotion. And it was the first time we were exposed to anything that resembled actual skills training, and that's a key thing. That's why we gravitated towards it, because it made sense, because we were actually being taught a skill. Now we'll get into whether the internet is good for network marketers or not, or how it can be used. But at that point, if there's only one person in my world that's providing me any training that seems valuable and makes sense and is logical and based on a scientific process, and that's what we went for. And we dedicated ourselves to being students of internet marketing and trying to figure out how to use this newfound skill set for building, at the time, building our Amway business and seeing how we can use it. Obviously, that didn't go well, but we tried and tried and tried. We actually spent over $150,000 on info products, coaching, events. You know, got scammed a few times. You know, we went through the whole gamut. That's how badly we wanted to succeed, and that's when I talked about sacrifice early in this webinar. I'm not saying necessarily do what we did. I actually don't recommend it, but that's how badly we wanted it, that we were willing to spend that much money and go through that much effort in order to get the results we wanted. Well, long story short, we were trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, and it wasn't working. With the Amway business, they actually didn't like what we were up to. Our organization, not the company, but the organization we were in, and basically told us we were at risk of losing our business. So rather than lose our business, we decided to quit and pursue something else that was favorable to the internet marketing stuff we were doing. And but up until that point, we really hadn't taken a lot of action, so we decided to commit to taking action. And from the point of when we found negative sponsoring to 2008, 2 years later, we quit our jobs. We finally had been able to replace our incomes. By no means were we rich or wealthy. We had enough to basically move on to the next phase of our lives. And again, you can I'm paraphrasing everything. You can read the full story on our site. But the great success began in 2008. Literally a year later, after we quit our jobs, we had our first $700,000 month in our business. And in 2010, we held the first No Excuses Summit. So it goes to show you how quickly things can happen if you focus and dedicate yourself to the skill sets and that you're being taught by your mentors. We had the first No Excuses Summit. It actually broke us financially, but it was a huge success otherwise. And so we've had them ever since, and obviously now we're at No Excuses 4. And a little later in this webinar, I'll tell you about what's happening in Vegas in about a month. But the bottom line is today we own a 7-figure annual business with income streams from direct selling, info marketing, affiliate marketing, coaching, consulting. And so that's what our business looks like today, quite different from what we initially started off with Amway. Now, the reason I tell you this story is because I'm going to go back to this. We're going to go back to this story because there are a few key points, a few key decisions or things that happened in our story that could have changed everything. We may have never found the internet, but I guarantee you we would have been successful. One of the beauties of being able to have a friendship relationship with someone like an Eric Worre or Lisa Grossman is that these individuals are few and far between in this industry, in the network marketing industry, people that actually teach real skill sets. And so who knows if we had found them back then, what our business would look like today. Would we be on the internet at all? Who knows? And so we'll talk about that. Because recently we came full circle and we developed a newfound appreciation for the skills that it takes to build an MLM business. And actually the person I have to thank, or the two people I have to thank, is Tim Sales and Steve Schwartz. So I met them at an event both Ray and I met them at an event in Florida last year. And obviously, aside from just these two guys being real cool, Tim is on the right, Steve Schwartz is in the middle, and that's one of our attendees from last year. Tim spoke at No Excuses. Going through Tim's training was the first time, honestly, first time I was ever exposed to any process, scientific, methodical, tested process for building a network marketing business, for inviting, presenting, duplicating, training other people, and it was like a light bulb went off, because essentially it reminded me of that feeling what I got when I first read Magnetic Sponsoring. So who knows what would have happened if Ray and I had been exposed to that training back then, early in our careers, when we were lacking that type of skill set training. But we've come full circles and have an appreciation and have realized that essentially people can build whatever type of business they want. They want to focus on one company and build it big, like Eric and Lisa do, or if they want to diversify and build something like what Michelle Pisco-Solido has created, or what we've created, where it's kind of like a multiple streams of income philosophy. And we're going to explore all that. But the truth about what you will learn tonight is going to be in a very honest conversation about why it is most internet marketers fail miserably at MLM, even though they have the big list, even though they have this leverage that you think would give them an advantage. We'll be talking about why it's become a disadvantage. You'll also learn, like I've alluded, why old school networkers, call them old school, but I don't mean any disrespect by that. I actually have a lot of respect. Why old school networkers will out-recruit, out-produce, and out-earn most internet marketers, and that's the truth in the network marketing space. And we'll talk about why that is and what it means to be a network marketer, an old school, a traditional networker, an online networker. Those are different distinctions. You'll learn about the right way and wrong way to do traditional and online networking, and how you can use the internet to either boost or kill your duplication and growth in your business. And you'll learn why traditional MLM leaders are in danger of losing their entire business to major technical shifts in the future. So not now, I mean, obviously what you're doing is working if you're a seven-figure earner, and mad respect, but times are changing, and we'll talk about that as well. So some distinctions I want to make before we move on have to do with the type of marketer. And at this point is when I want to have Eric, Lisa, Michelle, and Ray obviously chime in, because I've created these distinctions. I want to see if you guys agree with me. An internet marketer, a traditional network marketer, and an online network marketer. These are three distinctions, and their business model is different. And as you'll see, the whole conversation about what's better, offline or online, old school, new school, is really the wrong conversation, because it doesn't take into account the types of business models, because obviously people are making seven figures in their respective businesses. So what this is about, going back to that debate, is what internet marketers say about the other side and what network marketers say about the internet guys. And while both have valid points, the debate really solves nothing, because it doesn't address what works. And in order to figure out what works, you have to follow the money, and you have to go into the types of home businesses that exist. The business types I already talked about a little bit. There's network marketing. And Lisa or Eric, chime in here. I want to see if you guys agree. In network marketing, the big money is in the duplication, and there's little to no upfront cash for recruiting. Is that a fair assessment?
I would say that for a network marketing company to be truly viable and go the distance, that no more than 20% of the available payout can be paid to the direct person who brings somebody in the business, and the rest would have to go into the indirect commissions upline. So I guess there's some truth to that, depending on the product cost, I suppose. And that's the way it should be.
I'll give it my 2 cents. I think that what I've seen, and we maybe don't talk about as much, is about 50% of the volume created by any network marketing company comes from new people coming in, comes from the volume created from the products purchased by new people getting started. The other 50% or so comes from people continuing to buy. Mm-hmm. Staying in the game, new customers coming in, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, if I were to critique any of the points that you just put up, is there's no upfront cash in a network marketing company for recruiting. There's upfront cash for a new recruit moving a product or a service, but nobody gets paid for the act of recruiting, purely for the act of recruiting. There has to be products or services moved, but that's kind of the ratios that I've seen.
Absolutely. Now, by big money, what I mean by big money is an individual making seven figures.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You'll never do it without a team. You're not going to go out and direct sell yourself to 7 figures or to 6 figures and selling yourself in network marketing.
Yeah, there's not enough leverage, but people bringing in some, that's enough to get them going and get their attention, so they'll spend the time to be able to get the other side.
Right, absolutely. And so by contrast, essentially, in direct sales, big money is in personal production and recruiting. Recruiting if they're buying the service when that person comes in, and there's little to no residuals for helping others in depth. And I want to create this distinction.
What does big money mean in your example?
Big money for the individual, meaning I desire to be a 7-figure earner.
In direct sales?
Yeah, I want to be in direct sales, meaning something like the 100% commission models that have recently come up.
So info products and those types of things?
Yeah, that would fall under that as well.
Okay, because I don't think any direct sales.
But what I mean more is when what I mean more is like when 50% of the commissions for a sale are paid up front to a rep, as opposed to there's no depth. Basically, there's no more than 2 levels, 2-tier programs, that type of thing.
You're talking about affiliate marketing then?
Not necessarily. I guess so. You can call it affiliate, but actually affiliate marketing is something very different. Affiliate marketing, you're just an affiliate. You get paid for what you sell, a commission, and that's it. There's no team building, no residuals. Something like the 100% commission models that exist. There is team building. They do have. But a lot of the money they make is up front through the production of their own personal production through marketing.
Not really.
So okay, explain.
I think I know the programs that he's speaking of, and to some degree, they go out and they sell a lot of products, and the bulk of the money goes to them. 50-60% of the commission goes to the person who actually sold it, or in some cases, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you take those top earners are getting more from the team being built than they are from their personal production.
But is that income necessarily coming from the depth, or is it the width?
Well, actually, in the model that I think we're all thinking of and not saying, and I worked really closely with them for 6 months helping them, and they're great guys, there's a lot of money coming from depth. I think that was one of the largest attractions and why that they exploded so quickly, not to mention they've got culture that's outstanding. But yeah, that pass-up component that they injected into their model, which took them out of direct sales and made them full-blown multi-level because of the depth. Although a hybrid to anything we've ever seen before, unquestionably that's an attraction, and it is responsible for a great deal of income.
Mm-hmm. So there's good discussion, because in direct sales, when I got into it after getting into the internet space, primarily I was doing a 6-figure income on the side passively through marketing, with no team, just basically getting paid commissions for selling this product through this particular company was positioned as an opportunity. So that's and the reason I kind of want to make these distinctions in business types.
Fernie, can I ask a question?
I'm sorry?
Can I ask a question? When you talk about that, are you referring to like these top tier programs? Because if you are, and I have no challenge with that, except that the price points are significantly different than those you typically find in network marketing as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
It seems like I want to chime in really quick, to kind of throw a wrench into this whole thing. What is the difference between direct sales and affiliate marketing? I mean, it seems like if you're in direct sales and you don't bother helping your team, aren't you an affiliate, basically?
Yeah.
Well, it depends. I mean, if you're talking about Mary Kay being a direct selling company, they're merchandising product directly to consumers, and it's built on a person selling product to consumers having a little group of customers that they service, right? It's a smaller business model. It's a lot more people doing a little bit. Mm-hmm. So that's what I would view as direct sales. The Avon model, providing a product or service to customers and personal interaction, whether it's home parties or just calling on people and doing a makeup makeover or whatever. When it's affiliate marketing, that's I think a little bit different, because somebody has a list and they're going to go out there and offer a product that they believe into that list, They're going to get a commission for doing it, and it's less personal.
Yeah.
Well, Eric, I know you've done network marketing. I know you marketed to a list to some degree, although much more relationship based. But tell me, did you ever do the Mary Kay thing? I mean, not for Mary Kay. Have you ever gone out and done that one? Have you covered all three of these on the board?
I've acted in some direct sales capacities, early on, and I get cold sweats thinking about it. Just the idea of pulling out a receipt book and writing down somebody's credit card information and it's not a fun thought.
To not do that ever again, I will have gladly embraced the internet, because I think no matter where you're at and on the spectrum today, we all like the orders going through the internet and not having to do any of that.
Well, but I will tell you, there's a huge for the direct sellers out there. There's a huge opportunity for people making a few extra, couple $100 a month. It's a lifesaver for them.
Yeah.
In all the 100 countries around the world where it operates and it thrives. You take a look at the Avon model is $11 billion or something like that.
Number one now, I think.
$11 billion, and it's
Amway.
And it's most people making $100 a month, but it's a lifesaver for them. It's nothing to sneeze at. It's not my cup of tea.
Well, there's where I want to bring it to, because essentially so we have a little bit of different idea of what direct sales is, but I'll tell you what, for me, it was coming to an opportunity where I'm paid 50% or more commissions, where if I don't want to, I don't need to grow a team, I don't need to help anybody, because I'm paid primarily upfront through my own marketing production. Almost identical to internet marketing, which it's going to bring me to a point that I'm going to make about what internet marketers are actually successful at versus network marketing. Because the distinctions I'm trying to draw here has to do with where the money is. Because all these different businesses, network marketing, direct sales, even affiliate marketing or internet marketing, they fundamentally have three components. You get prospects or leads, components as far as building it. You convert those prospects to reps or customers, so that means get sales. And you train others to do 1 and 2. Is essentially. Would you guys agree with these three?
I think there's a fourth one you have to add if you're talking about network marketing, and that's you have to have live events and build for them.
Oh yeah, but not necessarily with internet marketers. So that's why
I'm saying the commonality. I'll agree with that. Yes.
Yeah. So these are the commonalities, absolutely. And you're making a great point. I'm actually going to address that in a little bit. So these are the fundamental things. Where the money is made is what determines the strategy that someone approaches these models with. When I got started in direct sales after our failure with network marketing, I got excited about direct sales because I was able to make money up front for my efforts regardless of what other people did. So in network marketing, essentially the big money, meaning if you want to be a 7-figure earner, is in mastering step 3. It doesn't mean you don't do 1 or 2, but if you want to have 7 figures as your income, you got to grow a big team. You got to serve others, and you got to teach those people how to serve other people. Is that a fair statement?
I would agree with that.
Yeah. So as far as direct sales, as I understood it when I got involved in it, especially the top tier programs, the big money for me and for a lot of my colleagues that are internet marketers was the big money was in step 1. Basically generating a lot of traffic, getting a lot of leads, and if the system did its part, and I'll talk about systems in a little bit, but if the system did its part, you made a ton of money. And that's essentially my experience with what direct sales is as far as our online space is concerned. And so it's kind of morphed. Now it's become 100% commissions, but primarily people are getting paid a lot of money up front for their own marketing efforts versus waiting for others on your team to duplicate. They can duplicate, and you do get paid on a duplication, but it's not necessarily a requirement to make a lot of money. So if we're talking about this, if we kind of agree on those basic fundamentals, then network marketing leaders should keep their people focused as a strategy on mastering step 3. Basically, train others to do 1 and 2. You know, get good at step 2, and you can be okay at step 1. You don't have to be stellar. And Lisa, this is where I want to bring you in because it's part of your story, because I'm using you as an example because you've mentioned the story before. You sponsored in your last business, I believe, you sponsored 35 people personally, but you built a 7-figure business. And so, does this slide accurate in terms of?
You're talking about the one previous to the one that I've got right now. Yeah, 12 years ago, I sponsored 35 people. 15 went to work, probably 8 seriously. And over the course of 7 years, that developed into 1 million people worldwide, and it was a 7-figure income in the first year. But that is an atypical story. That was timing and the fact that I knew a lot of people in the industry. And it's all, you know, online, offline, this, there, the other thing. Everybody's got a list. Now, your lists are much larger than ours, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the quality of your list.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very good list. I know a lot of people that are very, very, very talented in this industry. My father used to always say there were 2 types of people: those that are talented, that's me, and those that are gifted, that's all of you. And the key to success was to always have the gifted people's phone numbers and make sure they take your phone call. So I have I know a lot of gifted people, but largely it is a function of being able to take a group of people and get them to embrace and march on the same page and go out and take forth a vision. I've never met anybody in a sustainable long-term network marketing company. I've never seen the top recruiter be the #1 income earner.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind recruiting the top recruiter, but he's not going to earn the most money.
Agree.
That's a huge point. Michelle, did you want to chime in?
I agree with that. Top recruiter right here, not the #1 income earner.
You are going to be. We talked about that last week.
I know.
And actually, Michelle, this next slide kind of applies to you. Direct sales, kind of. I wouldn't say that. Direct sales leaders keep their people focused on step 1, getting leads, getting traffic, and essentially the company or the leaders take care of everything else. They take care of the systems that converts those people, and they take care of telling those people what to do next. But really, the big money is in creating massive duplication. With this business model, will be in focusing people on getting people in. If the system does its job. And an example of this, long before David Wood founded his company, before that, David had sponsored 2,000 people to produce $250,000 in income his first year online. This was a year after he did this. Actually, the first year he did this was when he spoke at No Excuses 2. Since then, he's gone on to sponsor thousands and is obviously a 7-figure earner many times over now. But David Wood's income has primarily depended on his ability to market himself, and then now he's figured out a way magnificently to be able to duplicate, what he's done in that sense. But up front, as a direct seller, he made a lot of money up front, just like I did when I got started in this space.
I would dispute that. He's tied up in his event this weekend, but I bet if I called him, he has sponsored personally less people in this where he's at right now and made more money where he's at right now than anything he's ever done before.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll figure that out. But that first year, he sponsored 2,000 people, a lot more than you did.
Oh, no, 2,000 people, that's sponsoring a small town. I don't think I could deal with that. My phone would never stop.
Well, he did it primarily, obviously he did it primarily using the internet. But that's essentially the point. It's like, because his skill set was at the time internet marketing. Obviously it's moved beyond that. But that's the point I'm getting at. And as a result, a certain type of marketer will be, I guess, essentially better for a certain type of model. Internet marketers, most 7-figure internet marketers have chosen direct sales over MLM. I know a lot of them in this space. A lot of them have gone on to work with David Wood directly. I worked with him over the past 5 years, They operate the multiple income streams philosophy. However, they have no faith in anything outside the control, meaning no faith in any other company. They'll never, hunker down and focus on building any type of MLM exclusively. They really don't focus on building community. They might have a following, but really it's all about the numbers. They generate the traffic and the conversions. So they're likely to do direct sales, affiliate marketing, info marketing, and that's pretty much it. So that's the internet marketer. The online network marketer, which is really what we do and what Michelle does, especially Michelle. And Michelle, this is where I want you to give me some feedback here. An online network marketer is different. They operate with multiple streams of income philosophy, similar to before, but they build a value-driven following. And they have limited faith in factors outside the control, meaning they obviously are partnered with certain companies, network marketing companies, direct sales companies. However, they still like that sense of control over their future. That's why they choose multiple streams of income.
Which is a complete illusion, by the way.
Well, so say that again?
Which is a complete illusion, by the way.
Why do you say that? I'm curious. I'd love to hear.
Oh,
if you think that you're in control because you're online,
yeah,
and you control your future, ask the people who had built their whole business on Google if they were in control of their future. Ask the people who are building on Facebook that could change at any moment if they have control of their future. Ask people who are using Google Hangouts that could change tomorrow because you don't control it. If they control their own future, they don't. Their faith can be in their own ability to adapt.
Yeah.
But that same adaptation is necessary inside of network marketing. It's funny because people won't quit internet marketing after they have their business rocked with a Google slap, but they'll quit network marketing forever if the business that they're working with doesn't live up to their expectation, and so they'll never go back. It's silly to me because one's going to pay a lot more than the other one does.
So, Eric, are you saying no one has control then?
No one has. You have control of your attitude, your skills, and your relationships.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's it. No matter where you go, that's what you have control of. The rest of it is outside of your control. All of it. Mm-hmm. The government could do anything it wants to you at any moment, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way it's always been.
So this is a matter of, people's faith, but ultimately these guys or gals are producing multiple 6-7-figure incomes in a different way: direct sales, MLM, affiliate marketing, info marketing. Like you are, Eric. You have an
absolutely. But here's what I will tell you. You know why I think people come into network marketing and struggle for whatever reason. They picked the wrong company, or they didn't develop the skills, or whatever, or the company they were with fell apart, or they got their feelings hurt, or whatever happened. And then they got into internet marketing and had a little success there. They'll stay there, even struggling. They'll stay there before they go back to network marketing, because the biggest difference between network marketing and not network marketing is the emotion involved. Mm-hmm. Network marketing is a wildly emotional business. If you can learn to manage those emotions and those expectations and those feelings and the roller coaster of that, it's incredibly rewarding. But in the internet marketing side, you can take the emotion out and you can just work in a logic state. And if you work in a logic state, you're rejected, you don't care about the rejection. The personal relationships, it's just a person on the list. It's not somebody where their kids' names.
Well, I would disagree. Michelle,
I disagree.
Michelle, chime in, because you are our top affiliate for No Excuses and just about anything else we do, because of the relationships you built with your people.
I'm not saying you don't have relationships.
No, but see, I would argue that that's why she's so effective at what she does.
Sure, I'm not saying that you don't have relationships. I'm just saying network marketing is a far more emotional endeavor than any internet marketing strategy would be if you were to compare the two. That's all.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I know that Michelle is successful because she builds personal relationships. I know that. Absolutely. No question.
So Michelle, give your take on what I'm representing here and the feedback that you've gotten from the seven-figure earners in MLM.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, I mean, honestly, for me, you know, relationships are key. I think that we do the same thing that we do offline. You know, it's just a matter of where do you find the people you talk to? I don't go necessarily find them offline. I find them online. And, you know, we position ourselves as somebody of authority in the industry that goes out there and that genuinely wants to help people build their businesses online. So sure, we have multiple streams of income for that because I don't want to leave money on the table necessarily. I don't lead with money. I don't lead with my pocketbook. I lead with that, you know, mindset of I genuinely want to help you. And that is true of me. I mean, I have a huge heart and that's what I want to do. And maybe that's why we are so successful. It's not fake. And so when I get people that come to us that want to work with us, I have options for them if they don't join us in our network marketing company, and that's where those multiple streams come in. But ultimately, sure, I want them to work in our network marketing company.
But Michelle, first of all, I wouldn't consider you an internet marketer. I would say you're an online network marketer because you're right. It's just a function of where you're finding the people. But at the end of the day, you communicate and you have contact and personal relationship with the people you're building with in your network marketing company. A lot of people don't. Also, I want to dispute, if we're talking multiple streams of income, I have multiple streams of income. Eric had multiple streams of income. I never built two network marketing companies simultaneously at the same time, not because I was afraid of what people would know and all this secret. I mean, I'm transparent. I don't think you can build two things that are that monumental simultaneously.
You can't.
I think once one is built, if you're fortunate enough, like I have been in my career, to work with people that aren't going to terminate me because I want to go do other things, because I want to climb the next mountain, that we'd all love to do that. I think we're in an industry that's it's forgetting that independent contractors are in fact independent in recent days. Right. But we all of us make money in other things, and with working with other relationships aside from our network marketing business. I would never advocate that people don't.
Yeah. Well, what I mean by multiple streams of income is exactly what you just said. You build it and you focus on that first before you move on to anything else. In the traditional world, where quite honestly, online networkers, you know, do a lot of things at the same time. I know, Michelle, you have a team in network marketing as well as direct sales. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yeah. And I don't. And one of the things that I talk to people about, and when they see that I'm promoting, you know, different multiple streams of income, I definitely do not tell people, yeah, you can promote 2 MLMs or you can promote this and then promote a network marketing company. I make sure that not everybody can do that, kind of what like Lisa was saying. It's the experienced marketer who has built something up that can let something run a little bit more on autopilot, then can move over to here and focus on this, because you can't focus your energy in different directions.
Have you seen that work, really?
Have I seen what work?
You're going to build something up and it's going to autopilot and you're going to go do something else. What I see is inside of this space, people build up a little thing and something happens, you know, or and then they go, oh, you know, here's something else I want to look at, and they go over there, and the thing that they were on, because really they were the one driving it, falls, but the other one builds up. And they basically replace income from one to the other, and then for whatever reason, if that one falls or if they neglect it, then they build up the next one. So they basically kind of are plateaued for long periods of time, replacing and replacing and replacing and replacing these efforts with these multiple streams of income. I don't see people, very few.
Well, you're right. You're right. Very few.
Built up a big income and then was able to go, you know, have that continue to generate and go do something else. Very.
I think for us, it's about your story and how you position your streams of income to work with each other. We do have separate businesses that generate 6-figure incomes. So maybe we're the rare person that does that. But I'm not talking two MLM companies, first of all. Let me make that straight. I'm talking one MLM, a marketing system, and then something that's tools that we use to build our business that we need as an internet marketer. Then we have a system that recruits people to build our network marketing business, and we earn 6 figures in each one of those. Yeah, I would say it's very, very rare that people can actually do that, and I don't recommend it unless they have something mastered. But it's
that's a key line, though, that I think is the distinction that gets lost, Michelle, and I think that's why I don't like to talk about it a lot, is that a lot of people, if you haven't built one thing successfully, and that's hard enough for most people to go out and make a transition, a paradigm shift, learn a skill set, employ themselves. I read something the other day that said, you'll get out of bed at 7 o'clock in the morning for some company you work for, but you won't do it for yourself. And it really keyed in for me. And I was like, boy, that was like a light bulb went off. And I think the thing that we want to portray to people is, we talk about duplication. I'm not duplicatable. Eric's not duplicatable. You're not duplicatable or duplicable, depending on which way you want to say the word. But what we did to build our businesses is, but having a work ethic where you're willing to go 22 hours a day and for 90 days straight to get something up off the ground when only you can see it, that's rare. You're not that you find that in depth. You don't teach that. People either that light bulb goes on or it doesn't. But when you're working with the masses who don't have that light bulb laser vision of being able to see what isn't there yet, trying to get them to see 3 things that isn't there yet, I think they're more inclined to lose money and faith than to be successful in anything. And I don't. That's all the point I was making.
You're right, and that's not fair of me to lead people down that, because I do work 22 hours a day.
Exactly, and that's the number one component of success in all things, I think, for those of you that are watching. Whatever you pick, everybody here, online, offline, if they're having that kind of success to get a business going, everybody is working 22 hours a day, even if they're sending you emails saying they're working 2 hours a day. And
unless you're Tim Ferriss. Unless you're Tim Ferriss. He works 4 hours a week.
Even Eric, even the internet marketers don't agree with Tim Ferriss.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what I would tell you is, if you want to do multiple disciplines, there's a cap that you're going to have to live with. Yeah. And Michelle, I think you're living with the cap. You just can't scale with 2 disciplines in your brain. It's just so I haven't seen it, other than I can count less than one hand that can scale. Yes, you might have 2 6-figure businesses, but the chances of having 2 7-figure businesses are...
Well, you have. I have seen it. I mean, I've seen it in Mike Dillard, obviously, but he did build them one at a time.
Yeah.
In magnetic sponsoring, and then
I love Mike, but come on.
Wait, hold on. I gotta ask this question though. But isn't that the dream? Is that not the carrot that we dangle in front of people? Network marketing, you build it to get to, and then it just kind of grows itself. And we do the mathematics.
That's an illusion. That's not true.
Say that again. Get what? To make money?
Get two. Come on. It's an Amway
We're not
thing.
building Noah's Ark here. Whoever told you to get 2 people and make money?
That's what they told me. Remember the circle with a 2 and then get 2? And
no. Okay.
2 to the 6th is something infinite.
The 2 right people. So if I go out and I wake up one morning and I get Eric Worre and Michelle Pasqualino, I would be done. Okay. On the other hand, if I got elected president of the world, I'd be done too, and my chances of president of the world are a little bit better.
Fair enough.
Well,
2 by 2.
Wow, I feel like I've just been dealt a challenge. I can't wait.
This is great. And
let me give you a prediction, Michelle.
Please.
You're 7 figures.
At some point, one of your businesses is going to become dominant, and it's going to require more and more of your attention, more and more of your focus. And as that happens, the other one will fade, and you'll be okay with it. And part of you will just go, now I can just focus my brain on this thing. and grow it like crazy.
Well, I think that ultimately is what the path that an online network marketer. Well, first of all, before I mention anything, this is what you guys are watching right now. You're seeing the clash in philosophies. There's a different philosophy on both sides. The traditional networker, I'm going to just quickly go through this because I already prepared the slide for it. 100% focused on one opportunity. That, I mean, at least for the time being. You are putting as a traditional networker, you put a lot of faith, if not total faith, into your primary company that's going to
That one
last.
I'm going to dispute.
Me
Yeah.
too.
No
All right,
chance. A
So
top network marketer puts total faith in themselves, their abilities, and they represent the company as long as the company doesn't let on the promise of what's there. But we do not sign up to be employees afraid of what the company is going to do to us. Now, you'll meet a lot of those people, but that's not the traditional top 7-figure earner that I've ever met.
I guess that there's a thing of when I mean faith, meaning you're putting your trust in this company. If they betray that trust, then obviously you
Sure,
you have
that's
to
true.
move on to something else.
Trust is fair. Trust is fair. It's a contract, but faith is a stretch.
Yeah.
I put my faith in my downline before and my trust in a company as long as they don't abuse it. But I don't put my faith in companies, especially in network marketing. You work for them on commission.
But making the point that Eric was making about focus, it's this focus that allows you to go to 7 figures. It's this focus that as a traditional networker that has allowed many of your own colleagues to be able to do 7 figures in a single year, starting from nothing in an MLM organization. Is that not the case?
I have never met anybody that got to 7 figures in a single year in any discipline, network marketing or otherwise, that wasn't totally focused on that their one thing that they were doing. But
Absolutely.
yes, I would say that you're going to be totally focused to become a millionaire in anything. Don't you think, Eric? Well,
Yeah.
unless you strike oil or you're 17 and you get an app in your garage.
I mean, you take a look at like the poster boy of ABD, somebody like Richard Branson, has 100 companies or whatever, but it's still all under the Virgin brand. You know what I mean? It's still he still has a focus on the total organization as he's doing it.
But his first million, wasn't that one company?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it compounds, of course, but we're obviously seeing that clash in philosophies. We don't agree on all points, which is exactly why I use the word philosophy, because they're different. But the point is, we all have the ability, whether we use online or offline, to produce 7 figures in whatever type of business we choose to partake in.
But here let me. Can I?
Yeah, go for it.
Important distinction. I know, how many people do you think make $1 million a year in network marketing, Lisa?
Oh gosh, Asia's hard because they have people over there that we don't know, but
300?
6 figures. Yeah, I would say 250, 300, and throw in another 50 that we don't know. They're in Asia with strange names and strange countries.
And how many do you think make 7 figures? I mean, take home to them.
That's
hold on. In internet marketing, do you think?
I don't know, but also internet marketing is a much smaller industry.
I know. I'm not saying this to challenge anything. I'm just asking.
I really couldn't guess, man.
And here's something interesting also, Fernie, and I'm not saying...
Hold on a bit before I'm still going with my point. I think the major difference between network marketing and internet marketing, outside of the residual that can be created by network marketing and held and sustained versus the hustle money of internet marketing, is the price of entry. The barrier of entry to internet marketing on a high level is a pretty massive learning curve. It takes a lot of time, total devotion. The amount of money that you've spent, I've spent, everybody that you know that's into this space has spent to learn how to be good. It's a big hill to climb. Now, to be able to go make network marketing money.
Mhm.
I think the barrier of entry when it comes to skills that you need to learn and money that you need to pay in order to be able to learn those skills is a tiny little hill versus a mountain in the internet marketing space.
I agree.
Well, no, hold on a sec though. But you think?
Okay.
I mean, I think Amway. I think Worldwide Dream Builders for having taught for myself personal development skills.
Yep.
For 2 years, they drilling us, talk to people, how to talk to people, all the things that me as an ex-engineer, which very logical side, had no idea. This whole emotional thing. Talk to people. What are you talking about? Now I'm blessed, and Fernando is too. Is we were in that organization, so we got free training, free, right? CDs cost $250. Now you look at Tony Robbins events. You look at all these other personal development books that's on my bookshelf. You look at all the seminars, Landmark Farm. It goes on. If you add all those up, that costs a ton of money. I'm blessed as a network X or ex-Amway guy is because a network marketing company has a vested interest in me. They taught me for free.
Yep.
But if you actually capitalize on all that, how much does it really cost? That education is worth a lot. So if you want to look at how much is the education as internet marketer worth, or how to go through, and take that value to value in terms of what you have to go through as a network marketer, I say they're both pretty pricey. So I mean, let's not forget that the training network marketing, you're just blessed that it actually came to you for free.
Right. No.
Now,
Right. I agree.
I mean, there's the David Wood, since you mentioned his name, he's training these people, and then there's a bunch of other programs that's going to train their people how to do internet marketing, and they're going to train them for free. Why? Because there's a vested interest.
Ray, you're a little mute. Can you speak up?
Oh, sorry, I gotta be a little closer. Does that help?
Oh,
Yeah,
much.
Oh, dang it, stupid microphone. So anyway, that's kind of, I think we have to look at the cost of being trained by yourself as you stumble through Google. Or if you're being trained because you have vested interest in you finding mentors, I think they're about on par. Because
Yeah.
people can learn internet marketing now, I want to say pretty cheaply. Would you agree?
You
Yeah,
think
I'll say
somebody could be a high-income earner in internet marketing?
I'll say
spending a bunch
this.
of money?
I'll say this, Eric. It really there's things we don't know when we get started in network marketing that take us a long time to learn. There's lots of people, especially even on this line, that are in network marketing who have spent years in the industry, are still trying to make their way to their first $1,000 month, six-figure month, or whatever, or six-figure year. So we are going to pay the price regardless. We pay it in time, or we pay it in money to get access to people like yourself to train us directly and mentor us directly. If I asked you, Eric, can you train me? What it'll cost me? What will you say? I mean, the price will be steep. To have that shortcut and access to that expertise will cost you. But with that said, many of our students have produced multiple six figures, spending nowhere near anywhere what we spent. That's the price we pay.
I agree that you're always going to have a handful of those. Just like, and I'm not judging that either, because there's a handful in every network marketing company that dominate the charts at the top. What I'm saying is
Eric, you froze.
Aww.
What a cliffhanger. No, I was going to say.
I have to tell you guys, I just got
skills
it.
are, and then
Oh, there
learning those skills. What?
You had frozen for a second, so we lost you like here in a really very weird space, saying that
Right.
the difference is, and it
So,
clipped on.
yeah, so there's 7 skills in network marketing that you need to master. They're not going to change ever. In internet marketing, they're changing every 3 months.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, what we do as marketers is we have the same skills. We just apply them to a different technology as a technology team.
I know, but you got to learn the new technologies. You got to learn all the new systems. You got to learn.
Eric. I mean, again, the technology is the easy part.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, it's the philosophy, the psychology of sales, all that stuff is what's valuable. We can pick up a new traffic strategy within a matter of a day without a problem.
I think the debate
I completely
is now what it
disagree
used to be.
as a professional marketer.
I don't think the debate is what it used to be. I think that anybody who's in network marketing, traditional or otherwise today, in some form or fashion, even me, if you want to count like kind of talking to people. I talk to Michelle on Facebook. I only misspell a few words now. That's new. Eric got me on Facebook. He interviewed me. He put that on interview online. A lot of people saw that interview. They connected with me. So I've definitely done some online things, although I'm a traditional network marketer. Eric, you do a lot online. And the internet marketers, the ones that are hiding behind, they come and email, you don't know who they are.
Like us.
They might make some money,
Yeah,
but
that's a great
all of the
job.
ones that I talk to, they're all looking to build a relationship now with the people that are on their list because they're understanding that more and more every day, like we've dealt with in network marketing, that these people are on everybody's lists. And now it's not just about a list anymore, but sort of having a relationship with your audience. So I think that the offline people are realizing that the internet makes the world bigger, more reach, more scope. We look at it as a tool, though. We don't really look at it as what you go out. Technology changes, human nature doesn't. So, we have people in network marketing too that think you can ride 2 horses and finish the race well. I've never seen it happen much myself, like Eric. So, what's the real, debate at the end of the day? I mean, Michelle sounds like she's building successfully in network marketing and everything else. Do offline people really want to learn the secrets you online guys have? Sure we do. We just think that if you don't build a relationship with people, you're never going to really build anything. You're going to be chasing from check to check to check and launch to launch to launch. So where's the middle?
There's successful guys out there that never talk to anybody. I mean, there are.
There's a few.
Oh, I'm not saying there aren't. I'm just saying, but where's the middle ground?
Yeah.
Because
Hey,
everybody would love to sit home and not have to, do a lot of the stuff that we've done. But I think if you don't have the relationship, truth be told, most network marketing companies at the end of the day sell great products, but their longevity is dictated by their culture. And where's the culture if there's no relationship and it's a bunch of emails going back and forth, which is why I think you go through so many launches. And Michelle, you're building a network marketing company, so surely you have to see the distinction between the two disciplines.
Yeah.
Of one that you've got continues to grow and grow and grow and go, and the other, and we're going polar opposites here, and I know there's a middle, but without relationship, if it's just about a product to make money, the attention span of the people we're all talking to is the same, online or offline. It's about 90 days, which is why every 90 days there's a new product launch with how to make money on the internet.
Ray, were you going to say something?
Really quick, I wanted to hijack this just for a brief moment. If you guys on the line are enjoying this, like I am, I'm seeing highest retention of any webinars we've done. No, seriously, I'm like, holy crap.
And able to chat and see what they think.
I'm getting text messages from people telling me
people saying, why haven't you enabled chat? We'd like to say something.
Go to Facebook.com. Facebook.com/.
You hear that, Eric?
Yep. Bring it, sister.
We're like, take his challenge. You can do it. Take that challenge. I know you can do it.
Facebook.com/NoExcusesSummit, and let us know how you guys are enjoying this.
They can chat in here.
Path.
Yeah, guys.
They can chat.
I want to make one final big point, because the elephant in the room here, or maybe you haven't noticed it yet, is that Eric, you've become a full-time internet marketer, info marketer.
Yeah.
And I don't expect that to change. I don't expect.
But I didn't.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
I don't expect Eric to be going from launch to launch to launch, because he's built a community,
Right.
and he's built relations with those people that love him. And when an internet marketer can do what Eric does, they have a stable business. They can send an email and produce a lot of money very quickly, because that email is coming with a level of trust that other internet marketers don't have. But it is still an internet marketing, a very successful internet marketing business that is selling information tools.
Yeah, there's no question. But the reason, it's not because network marketing isn't a better way. Network marketing still is a better way. It's more, for me, about purpose and legacy, providing value to one company or providing value to the entire profession, and the distraction in my brain and the purpose for my life moving forward. Where do I want my legacy to be, and what do I need to do in order to be able to make it happen? I couldn't continue to divide my brain and do what I needed to do. What happened with me, Michelle, is I got to a point where my brain couldn't handle both. And I had to think about what was important to my life And the most important thing for me is to contribute to the profession that I believe is the best way on earth, and spending all of my time educating the people inside of that profession so they could do better. So, in essence, it turned into an internet marketing type of an existence. But not because I don't believe network marketing is not a better way. It is a better way.
I mean, I never said that. It's just you made a choice, and ultimately, what we're talking about is about choice.
Yep.
Ray Higdon was telling me a story. He might get mad if I say this, but who cares? Ray Higdon.
He's watching, and
He's not watching. I just texted him and said, "Dude, are you on this debate?"
And Ray Higdon went through the 90-day challenge that you proposed, Eric.
Yep.
I did that with him.
Yeah, he went through it for 2 weeks or 3 weeks max.
He went through the challenge for 21 days, is what you just said.
No,
we went hard.
Well, listen. So he went through it, but then he goes, this is going to make me a lot of money. This will work, but I like the internet stuff better. I like being creative. I like what I can create using the internet, using my internet skills. So I don't think there's a direction I want to go in. He made a choice not based on money or saying that one is better than the other. It was a personal choice based on a personal fulfillment and personal satisfaction. And ultimately, that's the point that I want to make about everything we're talking about here, is that we're all choosing what we want and what makes us happy.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you, focusing on building one network marketing business the way you guys do would not fulfill me. And so
are you sure?
That's just me.
Are you sure?
No, I'm positive. I'm
How
positive.
are you positive?
The funny thing is, you keep saying focusing on one network marketing company like Eric and I just want to say that I don't think it's about that at all. I think it's about focusing on network marketing.
Yeah, I think Bernie, that network marketing takes care of just virtually every human need. The need for connection, the need for community, the need for legacy, the need for income and take care of your family, the need for lifestyle. It takes care of all of those needs. I don't think you've had the right experience with the right company to be able to experience the good side of network marketing. That's my personal opinion.
Well, maybe I will in the future. And again, this webinar was constructed out of respect for what true network marketers like yourselves and Lisa are able to do, because quite frankly, the majority of leaders in the industry are not teaching people in an intelligent way. They basically insult their intelligence.
Yep, I totally agree with you.
By essentially telling them drink it, share it, love it, and that's their training, and that's a total crock. So what I want to elevate to as part of this conversation is that there's a process and there's a real proven way to build network marketing, and there's obviously a real scientific process for building an online marketing business or even an offline marketing business if you're doing direct mail. But it's all based on proven methodologies, not on a technicality like what you were saying, learning a new traffic strategy when one dries out. No, we now that we understand the psychology of traffic and can essentially peek into the minds of an individual, we can learn a new traffic strategy within a matter of a few hours or even a day at most, and get rolling with it, because fundamentally it's the same thing. So it's a skills, but also, again, personal preference, and I have great admiration, great respect for what network marketing leaders, the few that actually teach people some skills that are valuable for life.
I think, I'm with Eric. I love network marketing. I always say I suffer from TB. It's true believerism. Changed my life. Nobody can tell me that it doesn't work, because I've made it work. Eric's made it work. If one person makes something work, it's a fluke. If 10 people make it work, it works. It's just a function of figuring out how. I'm not here to say that internet marketing doesn't work. I've met amazing people in the last year, all, because Eric opened that door for me, and they make it work and they make money. I just think that for all of the fun we make of it, that they all wish that network marketing worked for them because anybody who's not involved in it envies and likes the community and the camaraderie and a part of being something that is continuously going on and on and on. I think that's why everybody sort of gravitates back toward it. You know, I've been inches from a clean getaway in this industry 3 times in my 25-year career. I almost get out the door. And then I remember, where else do you have the opportunity to go out and change the world, you know, and make a difference, and have people like tell you great things about yourself for doing really nothing other than teaching them what you know. And I think that internet marketing I think it's a great tool and an ability to reach and teach more people. The question becomes, what are you taking that skill set to reach and teach the people?
Yeah.
And if you can find a way to harness that to reach and teach more people how to be a part of something where a light bulb will go on for them. The biggest challenge I have with it, guys, I tried it, okay? I tried it, not to internet market. I tried to learn to market on the internet. I bought the thing. I cried for 30 days. You know, A. Weber and I have a very acrimonious relationship. I hate him. If he was a man, I'd have divorced him. But if I had been a part of a company with that, I think I might have stuck it out. But sitting at home by yourself trying to figure things out, you know, with crying at your computer, I think network marketing pushes a lot of people to their success by being involved with it.
But people could say the same thing. People in the internet marketing space could say the same thing about the network marketing.
They tried network marketing and it didn't work.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, they can say the same thing. I mean, I have a great...
Yes, but when it didn't work, there's such a nice room full of people to make you feel better. You're not by yourself.
I mean, we all know this. They both work. It's people that don't work, right?
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
I mean, I've got the community. I got the guys. I hang with Bernie and Ray. I mean, you know, we're in the internet marketing space.
I love the life.
Buying the stuff.
Huh?
What about the people that are home buying the stuff? I was one of them. It was very.
Lisa, that is exactly why we have no excuses. So you can come.
Well, if I'd known about it, I'd have been there, and maybe I could work with autoresponder.
You want to come get on? You want to get unstuck? Come hang out with us. There'll be a room full of six learners in all these industries.
Why do you think I'm coming this year to my very first no excuse?
You know, I have to say this, and I hope I don't get shot for this, or maybe this is wrong to say, but you know, I think that a lot of people get into this industry typically to try to do network marketing. And we know network marketing works, but what happens is people go to the internet out of fear or out of weakness, I guess I should say. And not many people, I went to the internet out of weakness, but I made it work because my, I guess, you know, why was, you know, bigger than any obstacle that could be put in my way. So I was going to make it work. Yeah, we're the top recruiters in our company right now, but that's because I was going to make the internet work. And I don't think a lot of people, necessarily understand that or can grasp that. But it's true. I mean, I think the network marketing model is a phenomenal model, but most people don't like what it takes to build it. So they go to the internet out of fear. And then they jump in and they realize, oh my gosh, there's way more to this than I realized.
So, do you think anybody jumped to network marketing from internet marketing out of fear?
No, I think they jumped to network marketing from internet marketing out of loneliness.
But I think we're attracting a lot of people because we make it look so easy. And I know that I have made it look easy, and I've realized that I had to change my message along the way and say it is not easy. Here's what I had to do. I think that's
true in both sides.
Yeah.
I think expectations in the make money industry, wherever you are in it, I think that we all could do a better job. I try very hard, but the industry at large could do a better job of managing expectations, because I don't think anybody's going to start anything online, offline, and in 90 days they're going to be walking the beaches of the world with their 7-figure income in the store in the bank in the Bahamas. And if you find that product, I will give you my email address, my phone number, and my Facebook account to send it to me.
But that's the problem, is we do have people out there, and I know that's getting off on a tangent, but we do have people out there pitching that message, and it confuses people.
Everybody. Well,
network marketers pitch it. I hear it all the time.
I'm not pitching it.
the biggest problem between internet marketing and network marketing is the internet marketers picking their themes and going to the network marketers and saying your upline's lying to you, and this is, everything you've been taught is bullshit, and you shouldn't ever talk to your family or friends ever in the history of your life, even if you love the product. I mean, all that stuff.
That one.
No, we tell people to do that in our network marketing.
I know you do. You do. But I'm just saying there was 5 years of it, and in 5 years of it, everybody in the network marketing space was going, look, come on. That's kind of like some.
And that's Eric. That's exactly why this webinar exists.
I know.
And that's and you guys mentioned something. We're being real here with people, and that was the premise of this webinar. Nothing is easy.
I'm loving it.
Anything worthwhile is easy, and I want to move on because we're short on time, and we've had an awesome discussion.
I have to provide one more thing though first.
Okay.
Here's the biggest difference between internet marketing and network marketing.
That one's on the internet?
They're better looking.
I'm on the internet. We're all on the internet right now.
If you're in network marketing, the catch to being in network marketing is you have to endure the loss of social esteem from ignorant people.
Absolutely.
People will think less of you, and
Internet marketing sounds cool.
If you're going to cocktail parties, people ask you what you do. You say you're in network marketing. You're lonely at the cocktail party.
Yep.
But even though it's awesome, it's amazing, and that's what sends people, with their eyes twitching over to internet marketing, saying, well, maybe I don't have to deal with that conversation. Because when they go to the cocktail party with internet marketing, people say, what do you do? I'm an internet marketer. That's sexy.
Oh, no, I can't say that.
Oh, yes, I'm telling you.
I don't.
But it's sexy.
I don't.
Cool.
Eric, real quick, I don't say that because one, they don't know what it is, and
They
so
get confused.
It sounds sexy.
It's too hard to explain. And I finally just say, you know what? I just sell drugs. That's all I got.
All right, guys. I got to move on, but my answer to people that ask me that at a party is say I help people market their businesses on the internet. That's all I say.
That's what I say.
So all this is leading. Obviously, we've had a great debate, especially this online versus. There's still some differences here, but times are changing. We have kids growing up learning how to program. I went to MIT, and the first time I ever learned how to use a computer, program, and build a website was in my freshman year at MIT. I hadn't used a computer to any significant level up to that point. And I'm considered the techie in this industry. Right now, I train martial arts with a kid who's a sophomore in high school who's learning how to program iPhone apps out of his high school. We have 5-year-olds who are learning how to program with these toys that teach them fundamental programming skills. Times are changing, and these people are going to eventually become your reps in your business, whether it's direct sales, network marketing, or on the internet. They're going to demand that you speak their language, and it's not something you can really do. I mean, it's not something you can really ignore. And so regardless of what you think works in whatever business model you're in, over the next 5 to 10 years, this is my prediction. Obviously, I have no data for this other than what I just said about what's happening, is that these people will demand a way of building the business using the leverage of the technology that they've become accustomed. That doesn't mean that they have to learn the technology, and this is what I mean. In our Amway business, we were told that you're building an online business, but it really was bullshit. We were building the business. They had always built the business using their version of traditional methods. And it was horrible training. But the fact is, the people that were teaching us about this online business we were building had zero internet marketing experience, zero technical experience, and so eventually I had to ask myself as an engineer, it's like, do I have the leverage of an internet business? Is this business really giving me the opportunity to save time and money? Because essentially that's the promise.
Well, it's a little unfair to say.
Well,
you're in Amway.
Well, let me make my point, because is
it working perfectly? Is everybody making tons of money? You're making $1,000 over there. They give you your own statue.
But here's a point. If they're saying, because it's not just Amway, it's a lot of MLM companies are saying go online and build a business online, but it's really just it's traditional network marketing. And because the internet, what it's supposed to do is save people time, save people money, because an internet business is essentially about compressing time and making it easier and more efficient, not necessarily different, but easier and more efficient. So how can you add that efficiency to a traditional model, or even the models Michelle and I work with, or Ray? What would that efficiency look like? And it's keeping people focused on what makes money, which is why those previous slides talked about strategically, what do I have to do to maximize my income? Whether it be duplicating and growing a big team through MLM, or focusing on my skills as a marketer to direct sales or affiliate marketing. So that's what you have to look at. So you keep people focused on what makes money, and if you're a direct sales company or you're an MLM company or leader in that company, the system should ideally, in my opinion, take care of the things that don't produce as much cash. So essentially making the leaders responsible for creating these systems, which has happened already in many ways, shapes, and forms. We already talked about David Wood creating this system that allowed his people to duplicate. We've talked, but there's also systems in network marketing as well. The point here being is that we go back to these three fundamental things: get prospects, convert those prospects, and train others to do 1 and 2. The system in network marketing, keeping people focused on step 2 and 3, and if you can provide people a way as a leader to take care of 1, meaning provide them a source of leads that are ongoing so that they can focus on those critical skills of converting people and training them how to do those previous steps. In direct sales, take care of being able to, as a company or as a leader in the company, take care of steps 2 and 3, like what David Wood has done, and keep your people focused on number 1, which is get a lot of traffic and get a lot of leads. Fundamentally, that's the difference in strategy. If you're going to build, obviously there's a lot more to this. It's an oversimplification, but that does give people a start as to where they should be going if they want to integrate the internet with what they're currently doing. In network marketing, in my opinion, if you're a leader and provide people a lead source, not necessarily teach them the internet, not necessarily teach them internet marketing or all this other stuff, but if you can provide them the leverage of the internet by taking that on as a leader, then I think you're onto something. And I think that's what we're offering, and what internet marketers have to offer network marketers. Because essentially no excuses will not change. No excuses will remain a place where leaders come to leverage the future. And this is obviously 3 years in the process. We've been trying to figure out what it is No Excuses is about. And I'm pretty comfortable in saying that I think we've pretty much arrived, where we have people that are the most knowledgeable in both arenas, online and offline. Eric Worre will be speaking at No Excuses. Lisa Grossman. We have Michelle. We have titans of both worlds. Some do network marketing and some do not. But they can offer you the education you need. And what I want to do moving from this conversation is continue this conversation at No Excuses, and actually have that conversation so that people, regardless of what business they're in, they can utilize the information that's going to be taught at that event and have a way to implement it without disrupting anything they're doing. Because network marketers, traditional networkers have an absolute great point about the disruption that the internet can cause their teams. It's true.
I want to add really quick, Fernando, to make sure it's clear. It's not just I hate for people to think that No Excuses is about internet marketers teaching network marketers how to do internet marketing. The opposite is true as well. I know I need to work on my closing skills. I need to work on my prospecting skills. I need to work on my communication skills. It's also where internet marketers gather to learn the traditional offline methods as well. Because at the end of the day, I think all of us can agree that it's a combination of online and offline that's going to help a lot of people build very big businesses. And you can probably do it one way or the other. But I think all of us here on this call, this webinar, has websites. We have email lists. We do some form of online marketing with social media, etc. It's a combination of both. That's what No Excuse Summit is about.
Yeah, absolutely. And essentially what No Excuses is we're going to focus on both. I mean, obviously Eric is speaking, Eric is coming, but Eric is no slouch when it comes to the internet. He can crush all of us in an affiliate promotion because of something special. Something special that Eric has that a lot of internet marketers don't have, which is the relationship. So technology can't replace relationship, but it can certainly provide you some leverage, which will be awesome, because if you have the ability to generate traffic, generate leads, and help your people convert those leads into sales, reps, money, whatever it is you're selling, then I think it's fair to say that everyone, at least at the minimum, every leader in this industry, network marketing or direct sales, can benefit from that. So, and as I was trying to make during this webinar, is gaining the right knowledge, but not just the right knowledge, developing an effective strategy for implementing these different marketing methods. Again, we're not recommending network marketing leaders be telling their people to go learn internet marketing, not unless that particular rep deep down in the downline is just refuses to do anything else. He wants to learn how to generate leads on the internet. That is his choice, and at that point, he is choosing to be a leader. Otherwise, it's the responsibility of the organization or the leader to be able to provide people the best chance for success. And I believe that one way to do that is to be able to create a system to generate leads and provide leads for their people, whether they want to sell them or give them away. It's up to them. So we know we can help you because more success stories have come out of No Excuses than any other event in our online industry. Obviously, Michelle is one of our success stories. Other speakers that are going to be speaking on stage are part of those success stories. You see some of them right here on this page. Many have become 6- and even 7-figure earners. Matt Lloyd has become a 7-figure earner in the network in the direct sales space. He skipped the whole rep thing. He actually started his own direct sales company. So did Vince Reed. So our most successful attendees have gone on to be speakers. But whatever it is your goal is, especially as it relates to utilizing technology in the future, this is where you should be. We have amazing testimonials. Tom Shallon, amazing network marketer, you can see there on this page. Tons of people that have gotten tremendous value from No Excuses for their respective business, whatever it may be. And we also obviously have our awesome panel of world-class trainers, 5 of whom you've had the pleasure of hearing chit-chat over the course of the past hour and a half. But
if we had them all on this panel, we'd have a real throwdown, man. It would be awesome.
We'd still be on the first slide.
I want to know what happened. I want to know what happens after we get a few drinks in each other.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I appreciate all you guys for engaging in this conversation. And again, the retention shows it in this webinar. But I will admit I oversimplified the whole internet strategy thing because there is a lot more to it. And Eric and Lisa have alluded to it. Not only is it about traffic, not only is it about conversion, not only is it about the things that make money, but it's about leadership, and it's about creating leverage through community or other tools and resources that exist. We'll have many speakers throughout the weekend speaking on all these individual topics, and we created a curriculum that allows you to take advantage of this and use it in whatever business, online, offline, traditional or online, whatever it may be. And No Excuses, I think, could provide you a ton of value if you're looking to accomplish your ultimate goal, which is to become a 7-figure earner in whatever strategy you're going after. Gary Vaynerchuk will be there. I'm very excited to see Gary because talk about 7-figure earner. This guy's an 8-figure earner, multiple 8-figure earner. He proves that our internet marketing model works because he is the most successful internet marketer arguably out there today. Maybe Tim Ferriss can challenge him. But the point is, he became a successful internet marketer not purely through traffic conversion and those type of things. He obviously had mastered the skill of building community and relationships. And if you learn nothing else from this webinar, you know that regardless of what you're in, if you want to become ultra successful, relationships are key. And I think Eric and Lisa would agree with me. I hope.
Yeah.
Awesome. So if you're ready for sticking around for this webinar, giving you a special coupon code, Gary V. You can go to get discount tickets to No Excuses Summit. Discount off of the retail price. If you go to the website right now, noexcusesummit.com/tickets, you'll see the retail price. You can punch in the code as you're checking out. So you have to click the Add to Cart button and then punch in the code, and you'll get $200 off your purchase. So you can come to No Excuses and save some money. And you got to move fast because the MGM is about to sell out. Actually, the MGM is sold out. The only rooms available at the MGM are our room block, and our room block is released next Thursday. It'll probably sell out before then as we move into our next phase of promotion. So if you're on this webinar and if you found this conversation intriguing and helpful and valuable, then come continue it in Vegas with us.
We'll bring an octagon ring and put it in the middle of the stage. We'll bring our own UFC ring and put it in the stage. We could carry on this conversation.
Careful, it's not a UFC ring that's trademarked.
Oh, my bad.
So you got to make plans now. Go to noexcusesummit.com/tickets. At the MGM, the hotel's almost sold out. If you don't get your ticket soon, then you probably won't get a room, and you're going to have a hard time in Vegas trying to stay up all night. We have a tentative schedule, which I'll just gloss over. Bottom line is you need to be there by Friday at 5 p.m., and we're done with everything by 7 o'clock on Sunday. Everything else in between, there's just a lot of fun and a lot of learning to be had. And quite honestly, if you're a networking leader and you want to see how this can help you, come talk to me, but most definitely talk to the people in the room who are in your profession, like Lisa and Eric, and get their advice as well. You're there as a student, even though you're making gobs of money, because obviously you're looking towards the future. Bottom line is you'll learn. Our promise here is that you'll learn quickly how to start driving traffic through the internet. You'll learn how to convert that traffic. Everything that is being taught there at No Excuses will be complete as far as developing an internet strategy for selling whatever it is you want. And most importantly, we're going to help you get unstuck because you have us for a whole weekend. No one's hiding. There's no speaker that's going to be hiding in their hotel room. They're all going to be down on the main floor in their breakout rooms at the VIP parties and simply having fun and conversing with everybody. That is actually a requirement that we've made of all our speakers. So, and you have an opportunity for $1 million partnerships. Who knows who you'll meet and potentially grow a bigger company with or a completely separate business with. Maybe you'll find your next opportunity in the conversation you have. Who knows? But for me, most importantly, you're going to have tons of fun and meet lots of people and form lots of valuable relationships. And again, that's the name of the game, relationships. So I'll skip all this. Basically, you're getting a ton of stuff, but the most important bonus for me is that you're also going to get the recordings from the first two No Excuses. Obviously, there's some heavy internet marketing as well as traditional training in those recordings. That'll be included, a bonus that is reinstated if you get your tickets tonight. Total value over $2,000 when you include everything that you're going to be getting, including breakout sessions and the trade show at No Excuses. This is only for 24 hours, meaning the price will go up tomorrow at midnight. So you want to use that discount code GaryV. Our Brass Balls guarantee is simple. We're serious about this. You can come risk-free. If by day 2 at 4 o'clock you are not completely blown away, completely satisfied, then simply walk up to us and ask us for a refund, and we'll give it to you. Then you can go watch Chris Angel, whatever you want, but they won't give you a refund if you don't like their show. So that's our guarantee to you. We don't give out these refunds at the event because no one ever asks us for them, because they're truly blown away by the value that they receive. We talked about the MGM rooms. You'll get these links as soon as you check out. noexcusesummit.com/MGM rooms if you want to go directly there. The deadline is next Thursday, if not sooner, if we don't sell out. We have about 70 rooms left in our room blocks, so you got to move fast. You can also get roommates on our Facebook page, noexcusesummit.com/roommates. Fly into McCarran Airport or drive to Vegas. Very easy, $15 cab ride. And you're on the way to six figures or more, as we talked about what it takes to actually become a seven-figure earner in your respective business on this webinar. So that's all I got tonight, guys. Eric, Lisa, Ray, Michelle, thank you for being here. I'd love to get your closing thoughts on anything we discussed, but I really appreciate your open and honest discussion, dialogue, and I think people got tons of value from this.
I'll start. I'll just say, listen, I went to No Excuses last year for the first time, and kind of as a guest, as an observer, and built a lot of relationships. A lot of friendships started from there. We've done a lot over the course of the last year. It was excellent. Content was excellent. There is a continuing conversation of how do we blend these things responsibly. How do we do it in a way that doesn't distract a large sales organization but can provide value? Technology's not going away. We've got to find a way to blend the two. So you got some people sincerely trying to help that, and I'm excited to be a part of it. All of these people on this panel are great people, and the rest that you saw as speakers, they're great people, and you'll be able to spend time with them. So I look forward to seeing everybody, and we'll continue the debate when we get there. We'll continue to have a conversation. I'm on Sunday, so you guys can say anything you want, but I get to talk after you on Sunday and fix all of the mistakes that everybody else made for the whole weekend.
Eric, you're forgetting that there's two people on this panel that run the event.
Yeah, we're going to switch it up, right? You guys are going to switch that up.
Well, if you put me on first, then I'm going to fry everybody's brains, and they won't be able to listen to the rest of the speakers.
Put him on really early in the morning when no one's awake.
No. Eric's too important to listen to.
He's awesome.
I know. We're just playing.
Taught me everything I know.
Not true.
Lisa, any closing thoughts?
Uh-oh, did Lisa, we all froze up.
No, what? Who do you go to? Who's next?
You, Lisa.
Me. Oh, okay. I am really excited about going to No Excuses. It will be my first year there. I was going to go last year, but Eric had an event the following week, and I didn't want to spend 10 days in Vegas. I had not met you guys to know how awesome you were. But the next week at Eric's event, I met a lot of awesome people that do business on the internet, and tremendous relationships have been made between now and then. And here's what I want to tell everybody listening. We all jab at each other, but here's the one thing that I know. People that know how to compress time make more money. And everything that everybody's talking about here is ways to help you compress time. If you can learn how to do what it took me 20 years to do in 10. That's why I go to Eric's events. He compressed time for me when I was learning network marketing. Michelle is going to help me to get better on Facebook. That will compress eons because I'm a techno idiot. I'm going here because I'm looking for strategies that can help me to compress time and for organizations that I work with. And I think that Fernie and Ray, because they actually come out of Amway, and maybe it wasn't the most wonderful of all network marketing experiences to hear them describe it, but I would submit that it's in their blood. They fell in love with it, and it's their broken hearts from that experience, which is why they're so close to it, but not really back in it, and why they still want to provide such value to it. And I think we're going to get them back in a big way one day. Leveraging these wonderful skills they've learned on the internet to help us all do it better because we all want to get around the world faster. And it's an interesting saga that you want to be a part of. But here's what I learned. One thing I learned in my career, and I would say it's true of either discipline. Nobody here on this panel tonight is making less money because they went to events. We're all making more money because we always showed up at the events where the important people were. You'll learn stuff from the people on the stage. You'll learn more stuff from watching the people in the audience, and even more stuff by hanging out with the people on the stage when the event's not going on. And that is really where careers are made. It's made by reading the people that can help you and learn from you, and they're always at the big events. So you want to be there, and I'm excited to be there.
Yeah, and you guys and gals, you'll see the difference when you get to this event. I mean, you should, get there, experience it, hang out with the other leaders. For me, it's very a personal story because this is my third No Excuses. My first one, I was just a member in the audience and literally walked out there and brought my skeptical husband at the time. And so if any of you have that in your life, this is the event that changed his life to where he got on board, and he literally retired 3 months later from his corporate America job because of the information he got, the connections we made at No Excuses, and our business tripled in income just from walking out of there. And I know that sounds so cliche, but the partnerships and just being around these people who deliver so much value to this industry, it makes the biggest difference in the world. It's a requirement for me, to get to these events. Even though we're a leader in the industry, we're still in student mode, some of the times also. And, get to these events. I used to laugh when people would say live events will make you rich. Because I didn't want to believe that. It sounded so cliche. But when I started going to them, it's the connections, it's the relationships, and that's really what makes the difference in your business is the relationships that you develop. And if you think you can't walk in there and develop a relationship, you're wrong. Because we are real people. We're genuine, and there will be people there that will reach out and shake your hand, 6, 7, 8-figure earners, and they will be more than happy to talk with you. And I'm very happy to be a part of it. This is my second year to speak, and I'm just tickled to death to be on this panel with you guys tonight. This has been so much fun.
Yep.
Even
Michelle, it's
though
our second
Eric's
panel
done
together.
for me.
This is our second panel together. First, I was on that social media expert thing with you. For any of you guys have much better taste. You don't think I'm a social media expert like they did.
You're a social media expert because you're a social expert.
There you go.
Thank you. Just one of the mediums.
Ray, any final thoughts, Ray, before we wrap up?
I am a man of few words. I will see you guys in Vegas.
There you go.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you guys for being here again. Eric, Lisa, Michelle, this was
Thanks for
awesome.
having me. It was such fun.
This was more than I expected, and the feedback I'm getting right now in the chat is extraordinary. People really got a lot of value, and ultimately, it's about choice. Everything is about choice. Getting to No Excuses is choice. I'll close with this thing that I learned out of the Landmark Forum, is that there's a decision between deciding and choosing. When you decide, it has actually the same suffix as genocide, homicide, suicide. It means to kill. And so when you decide, you allow circumstance to kill off your options, and you're at the mercy of your circumstance. When you choose, you just basically do whatever it takes to get what you want, and regardless of what your circumstances are. So if money's your issue or anything else that's standing in your way, just do what you have to do to be there, No Excuses, and more importantly, do what you have to do to be successful in whatever business you choose. So thanks, guys, for being here. Love you all.
Love you guys.
Love you. See you in Vegas.
Oh,
Bye.
yeah.
This was fun.